Well, what is up, everybody? My name is Cameron. Thank you for clicking on the video and welcome to beautiful East Texas. We have been out here hanging out at the ranch for a few days now and the weather has been terrible. It's just been cold, rainy, overcast, just that typical winter weather. But luckily, this afternoon, the sun has came out. As you can see, there's barely any clouds in the sky and it is absolutely gorgeous. And on days like this in the winter, whenever it starts to warm up, you get around 60 degrees and nice sunshine, this is a great time to go squirrel hunting. So in today's video, we're gonna be heading out and hopefully looking for some squirrels. And if we find some, we're gonna be bringing them back to the house and doing a little catch and cook for y'all. Y'all stick with it, stay tuned. This is perfect squirrel hunting weather. Hopefully we'll be able to get on something. We got the 20 gauge, we got the dog loaded up in the back. Let's go shoot some squirrels. All right, we're gonna load up. Today we're gonna be shooting the 2 3/4 inch 5-shot. I like 5 or 6 shot for squirrels. Gets good penetration and usually just knocks them right out the tree. But I'm pretty sure anything will work. So we'll just load these up. And then basically the plan is to just drive down this road that goes throughout the whole property. And hopefully we'll see one run off to the side of the road. We got Caleb back here. Caleb got the 22 on him. We actually got the AR 22 right here. This thing is awesome. Not really the best sight on it for squirrel hunting because there's zero zoom on that thing, but it will work if one's close enough. And then the reason I have this is because a lot of times they're not gonna sit there and stand still for you. So we're just gonna shoot them as they're jumping through the trees. As I said before, we got Miss Sophia in the back seat here with us. And if she sees a squirrel, you already know how it is. The dog's gonna go wild and hopefully she'll run it straight up a tree. So we're gonna start driving. We're gonna see what we can see. If we see a nice patch of woods or we can walk in, we might walk in and see if we can find some in there, do a different little approach. But for right now, we're just gonna drive, and if the dog sees one, she'll jump out and tree it for us. Let's get after it. Oh, I see him, I see him. All right, there's one on the very top right here. Caleb's gonna shoot with the 22. That thing might be a little off.
Going down. He's already down.
I don't see him. He's on this tree right here. He's going up.
He's going up the back side.
Dead squirrel. There we go, y'all. Squirrel number 1. That thing was not even moving. Luckily, Caleb was riding with me, and you could see him he saw him somehow just laying flat on a branch right there. Just completely laying flat on that branch. I didn't see him at all. He had to tell me where he was. He tried to shoot with the 22, but it's hard to shoot with that little sight on there more than like 20 yards. So he ran down the tree, switched over that tree, started going up. He got on that sideways branch going up right there. He stopped for a second and he was facing me just enough. I figured I better take this shot before he gets to his hole. Boom, and it hit him. All right, y'all check out this giant squirrel. That's actually a really big squirrel, but hey, we're in East Texas. There's a lot of food for them out here, so they get pretty big. Toss that guy in the back and let's go find another. Caleb said he just saw one come across the road right here. So we're looking up into these big trees to see if we can find him laying on a branch. He could already be in his hole by now or in his nest. But we're gonna walk around here for a minute and see if we can see it. Well, we can't find this thing. That is actually the 3rd squirrel we've seen in the past like 15 minutes. So they're definitely out moving right now. It's a good time of day. So let's just keep on going. Try to find another one. Well, I didn't even get it on camera, but we were driving down this road right here and there's a squirrel right here and we got up on here, hopped out, and he was running up through the woods and boom, Caleb made a shot on him. And it's dead up under that tree right there. So he's gonna go in there and grab that thing. That right there is actually a gray squirrel. They do not get as big as the fox squirrels that we have out here, but still a good one, and that'll eat right there. We're gonna toss them in the back, go try to find another. So it is the next day, and we're gonna go ahead and cook up our squirrel. We got them cleaned up right here. I couldn't show you all that because YouTube might try to take it down, but I wanna show you the difference. This is the red squirrel, a front leg on a red squirrel, and this is the front leg on a gray squirrel. Almost not even worth it to shoot the gray squirrel, but that is a big old chunk of meat. And y'all check out the back legs on those fox squirrels. It's a lot of meat. So all we're gonna do is do a real simple squirrel and gravy, like I said yesterday. So we're gonna take our bag, we got our seasoned flour right here, garlic, salt, and pepper. You gotta have lots of salt and pepper. Throw in our squirrel meat, not doing any egg or anything. We're just gonna toss all that in there. Along with this big old piece of backbone right here. Get some back straps off of that one for sure. And then we're just gonna shake this around. We're just giving a light coating in that flour. And we're just gonna be pan frying this. Should take about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll show you how to make the gravy. There you go, you can take a look at this right here. Perfectly coated. That oil's nice and hot. We're gonna go ahead and lay in our squirrel. Look at that big old squirrel leg. Let's toss them in. It's been about 20-30 minutes and our squirrel is nice and done. Look at that beautiful golden brown. So we're gonna go ahead and take these pieces out, and then we're gonna make that gravy. So we're gonna start by adding in some flour to that grease where we cooked all the squirrel. It's way better if you use the same grease or same oil that you cooked your meat in. So we're gonna add that in, and we're just gonna stir this around. Let that flour soak up all of that grease. Once you get your flour and your gravy mixed together, you want to make sure there's no big chunks just like that. And now that it's nice and smooth, we're going to add in our milk. So just add some and stir it as you go. This is going to thin it out and give that nice consistency. We'll start with about that. Stir this together. And you got to have patience with your gravy. It's not going to look good at first, but as you continue to cook it, it's going to get better and better. Look at it already start to thicken up. It definitely needs more milk. So our gravy is getting to be a nice consistency. Now we just gotta season it. Just gonna do a lot of salt and pepper. That's what makes a good gravy. A lot of salt and a lot of cracked black pepper. There we go, just like that. Then we're gonna add our squirrel back in. And we're just gonna let that sit for a couple minutes. The longer you let this sit, the better it's gonna be, but you don't even have to let it sit at all if you don't want to. Add it in, get it all smothered in that gravy, and we'll be ready to eat. And I do wanna mention one thing that I forgot. Whenever you go to cook your squirrel, before you cook it, take a fork and poke the squirrel all over. Just little holes all over the squirrel, and that's gonna tenderize it very well. If you don't do that, your squirrel's gonna be hard as a rock. We actually forgot to do that on this one, so it's probably gonna be a little tough, but still gonna taste all right. Gonna flip all these, get them smothered in there. And let's go ahead and plate it up. Get a couple pieces of that right there. And then maybe a little extra gravy on top, because that's the best part. Look at that. And then of course, y'all know how it is. We gotta finish off with a piece of white bread. Boom. As plain as that looks, that is one of the best meals, I'm telling you guys. Do not sleep on squirrel. Squirrel is amazing to eat. They're really fun to hunt. Small game to me is always a lot of fun to hunt, and the season's pretty long. Some places don't even have a season, but here in East Texas, it goes throughout February. So let's go ahead and take a bite and see how good it is. Super hot. That is awesome right there. Super peppery gravy is the key to making this good, but I'm gonna go ahead and kill the rest of this plate. I do want to tell you guys thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already. If you are, like always, guys, I thank you so very much. And yeah, let me know if y'all want to see more hunting videos. Hunting videos are harder to film, and I'm not gonna film as many hunting videos as I do fishing. But if you do enjoy the hunting videos, leave that comment, let me know, and I'll come out here and try to do some more. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.